Hello everyone, and welcome to another titillating edition of Mely Does Formspring, Part Deux. I'm your host Mely, and I don't have any co-hosts because that would take the attention away from myself. I'm going to go ahead and answer 5 of your questions that you submitted on Formspring this week. I'd like to go ahead and say thank you to all of you for not only submitting questions about my vagina, but actual questions about my interests as well this week, so it was very flattering. Thank you very much. Before I start, I'm a little parched. Hold on. That's better. All right, first question starts off TGFMM, which apparently stands for Thank God for More Mely. Thank God for you, sir or madam, because you made me feel super special and fed my ego, so kisses to you. The question is, how about your top 5 favorite movies of all time? This was a hard one for me, but I did narrow it down. The first one is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Great movie with Jim Carrey. Watch it, live it, love it. You'll love it. Number 2 is Step Brothers. Funniest movie I've ever seen in my life. I don't know how I didn't see it sooner, but I only just watched it about 2 weeks ago. But it was hysterical, so I'm pretty sure all of you have probably seen it already, but if you haven't, watch it now. I hear my son calling. I'm going to just ignore it. Number 3. Does that happen on talk shows? I don't know. Number 3, Big. I know a lot of you might say lame, but I think Big is a timeless movie, and Tom Hanks is awesome, so. The next one, The Never-Ending Story, because who doesn't fucking love that movie? I tried to get Aiden to watch it recently, and he was having none of it, but I'll try again soon. And the last, I know I'm going to catch a ton of shit for this, but The Notebook. I know. Cheesy, romantic love story. Every once in a while, a girl like me just needs that. So, yeah. And a little aside to that movie, I did see it in the theaters the first time I saw it, and at the end, I literally stood up and did a standing ovation like this myself, because I'm an asshole like that. So, that's 5, but I do have to add one more on there because I enjoyed this movie so much, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Great movie, very different, had a great romantic twist to it, and I just loved it, so check that out too. Next question. Do you like sports? Which and what teams? The only sport I'm really into is baseball, and I like the Mets. I know I'll catch a lot of shit for that too since they played like crap this year, but anyway. Football I'm not too into, but if I do root for a team, I root for the Bears, because I like to say the Bears, and I have a friend who's from Chicago who likes the Bears, so I root for them for him. Hockey, I'm not so much into, but if I do root for a team, I root for the Rangers or the Devils, which anyone who's a diehard fan of either is probably looking at me like, you asshole, you can't root for both, but yes, I can. And that's pretty much it for sports. Those are the only 3 I really have any interest in, except for maybe miniature golf, if that count, because I'm really good at miniature golf. Next question. What's the best present you got for your birthday? By far, it was a tweet from Will Arnett wishing me a happy birthday, because you all know how much I love me some Will Arnett, and it just meant so much to me for him to take a second out of his day to tweet that to me. And I don't know if someone paid him to do that, or if, he just thought, hey, I'll keep this stalker at bay by wishing her a happy birthday. I don't know, but, yeah. So, Will Arnett, if you ever watch this retarded, cheesy video of mine, please know how much it meant to me that you did that for me, so thank you. And to all of you who tweeted at me or messaged me on Facebook saying happy birthday, thank you so much, because this year was seriously the best birthday I've had by far. It just meant so much to me that you all reached out to me like that, and I felt so special and so loved, and just thank you so much. Kisses to all of you. All right, next question. When you say bacon, I'm never sure if you're talking about cured pork or your vagina. Any tips on how to tell the difference? Obviously, I'm doing something right if you can't tell the difference. So, here's the tip. If my mouth is watering, it means I'm talking about bacon. If my vagina is watering, that means I'm talking about my vagina. You're welcome. Last question. A magic vagina fairy floats down to you and bestows upon you a gift. She says that she will give you the power to conjure upon yourself earth-shattering orgasms at will, but you must give up pork forever. Do you do it? Hell yes! I'm all for mouth orgasms, but vaginal orgasms, way better. So yes, I would give up pork and bacon and anything in between for spontaneous orgasms. You're welcome. And that wraps up this edition of Mely Does Formspring. Please keep submitting your questions because they feed my ego. And I'll do this again next Friday since you guys seem to enjoy listening to me ramble on and talk about myself. So have a great weekend. Peace. Shalom. Hugs and kisses. Love you all. And